Welcome to BBC One, the Inside Gaming Podcast. I'm John.
Hello, I'm Adam.
I am Bruce.
And my accent is real. I'm Rob.
All the way from Australia.
England, Kovic. England.
So, since our cameras screwed up last time, we decided to film everything we could with our cell phones.
That's cool. Are you going to cut like every 5 seconds
I'm
to a new
gonna
angle?
cut every 5 seconds and just make
Sweet.
everyone throw up.
It's like the Matrix Neo scene when he fell back with all those cameras.
That's really annoying.
It's going to be great.
What are we talking about today?
We're talking about pre-E3, but before we get to that, I have to make a note that for those that are on iTunes, iTunes is not working with us. They've removed our podcast.
Why'd
for
they
right
do
now.
that?
I don't know. I'm talking with them trying to figure it out. So until then, we're on YouTube and Stitcher, and we'll
But they
hopefully
just featured us. What happened?
Yeah.
They just featured us, and then they're just like, you know what? Yeah, fuck you. And I went,
Yeah,
"Great."
Stitcher for now, and YouTube.
I know
Sorry.
people.
Really?
Rob knows people.
Yeah, I know people over
Cool.
there.
Steve Jobs?
Well, the deceased. No, I know people over there. I will definitely find out who we need to talk to.
Well, I'll talk to you after this
All right.
podcast then. So we're talking about pre-E3. What we think about what's going to be shown there? What we're excited about?
Well, we know some stuff because we do a little thing every year called Pre-E3.
Yeah.
Well,
Which is great.
So what's
And
going to be there at least? What do we know that's coming?
right off the top of my head, Dying Light was that game that it sucks because we can't ever talk about it.
Well,
Because-
Mirror's Edge with zombies, right?
Mirror's Edge with zombies,
Mirror's Edge
exactly.
with zombies. Yeah, that's
Parkour with zombies.
That's a really good description.
I feel always bad about talking about the game because it's a new IP, and if you mention it, no one's going to really look for it.
Right.
But if you look up anything for Dying Light, when the gameplay comes out, it should blow you away.
Okay.
I was very impressed, but I was also in a hot room with a bunch of dudes.
And I'm going
But you
off
like
of
those
only
kinds of
what you've
rooms.
told me.
You love
Yes,
those
but
rooms.
that's what I mean. I was
a normal
happy.
Saturday night, right?
I was in a good place. Right, but these were during work hours, Rob.
Oh,
But it's from Techland, the guys who made the other one,
Dead Island?
Dead Island, which
Yeah.
was a lie, and no one was happy about it. Well, they sold Little Girl Falling Out of
The
Hotel,
trailer, yeah.
and we got.
An empty room.
Well, no, you got
Basically.
bags upon bags, and it's an RPG, and it was weird. This one is like just pure action, very little to do with RPG, and it's just like it looks next gen.
Does it work with the Oculus Rift?
If it does, it'll be crazy. But it's like coming out this year, from what they said.
And it's next gen, so that means it probably is
It
a
is,
launch, some
yes.
sort of launch.
I believe
title.
they said PS4. So.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
And now
Launch
obviously
window.
Xbox One.
Yeah.
Actually,
launch
are all the games that are coming out next gen? Is anybody actually trying to release it on both platforms? Like not
Assassin's
PS4 and
Creed for
Xbox, but I mean
sure.
like
Yeah.
current gen, Xbox 360 and
Yeah,
whatnot.
most of them, to be honest, because you're not going to ignore the fact that you've got 140 million
current gen
current
users.
gen
Right.
users between
Right.
Xbox and PS3. You're going to try and get all of those.
Yeah.
Day one that those releases, the new platforms are not going to be available. I mean, you're going to go line up outside your Best Buys and stuff, and you're not going to be able to get them. That's going to be the way. So you're not going to just put a game on that platform.
So like Fable HD re-release, does that basically mean yes, we're announcing Fable 4 during the Xbox One press conference?
I'd say that's pretty good.
Use your psychic British mind meld with Peter Mullen. Oh, he doesn't work on it anymore.
No, he was done after last year when he was so upset that people thought that the Fable game that he was showing was all on rails.
Right.
And he actually brought everybody back in that had seen that, and we signed a wall that said this game is not on rails.
Right, but
They
it's on
made
the
you
Kinect,
sign a
so-
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
It was, it was like the wall of the demo room. It was
Shame. Wall of shame.
Wall of shame,
Yes.
So what I've started seeing about E3 and just the PS4 in general is that I've noticed that they've got a lot of free-to-play games going on. Oh my gosh, all these cameras! This is killing me.
Oh,
Like
close
I'm a
up,
fucking
extreme
paparazzi.
close up.
They
Yeah,
just mentioned PlanetSide 2
They
today.
got PlanetSide 2. We got Warframe, and we got
Right.
Blacklight.
Yeah,
and
and there's a few more too. Actually, I think DC Online. Like, there's like going to be like 5 or 6
Free-to-plays.
plays day one on the PS4.
Now, here's the thing. I think that's cool. I think that's really neat that they're doing that kind of thing. But at the same time, I don't like that they're like, oh, these are all the free-to-play games. Now, free-to-play games typically are not as good as
I just
the
don't like
AAA.
free-to-play games in general.
Right, they're not as
they're
good as the
rip-offs.
AAA.
They just want your money.
So, and I want to see some really big ass.
I'm just...
I want to see some really big ass AAA
what
games.
game doesn't want your money?
But like any game is like, okay, look, here's $60, here's a game, and then if they're real assholes, they'll go, by the way, here's $20 in DLC.
Right, right.
That adds nothing. But it's like any game that's free to play just goes, yes, we're slipping this game to you for free, and it's like $2 here, $5
All
here,
those
$20 to
microtransactions.
print. You can't beat the game or progress the game
Not
at
to,
all.
not to mention that the game isn't nearly as polished as, again, a normal game that a AAA game you would have paid $60 for. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what I'm. That's why I think Xbox One will win in terms of their press conference versus PS4 because they're going to show a bunch of badass games, hopefully, that we haven't seen yet.
I was just saying at launch, when you get a PS4, rather than demos, this is what's really cool about this
Right.
generation, is rather than getting a demo or like a trial of a game, this is weird, you get a free-to-play, which, you're right, it's not a full polished game, but Warframe's pretty damn good. This is odd. Warframe and Blacklight are two badass games that you don't have to put any money into, and you get a pretty fun experience, and it's more than a demo.
Right.
And the fact that that's going to be ready for you on your console, like, day one, that's a pretty good get.
I think the fact that you say that all of the these free-to-plays are not as good as major games,
Yeah.
I think that you'd have a lot of people that make those games pissed off at that notion.
Oh,
because
no,
I don't
totally.
think there's a difference. It's just the monetization. How do you make money out of that thing?
I think you're totally right about that. I think they'd be upset at me because yes, they put a lot of work, but at the same time, I just played Warframe and I played for a few hours and it was like cool.
I like it.
And it was like, I liked it, and that was all I had. Like I didn't want to go back. I didn't want to go
I do.
back.
I'm still playing it. It's
So-
a lot
Really?
of fun.
Well,
Yeah.
they all depend on how much you actually get for free.
Yes,
And
yeah.
you know how good is that experience for free? And if it's not good enough, long enough, interesting enough, people are just not going to stick with it. I mean,
And so Xbox One's not going to do that, though, right?
Xbox. That is where PS4 is seeming to gain a developer advantage in that they are embracing the indies. They're embracing
Yeah.
this free-to-play thing in a way that it doesn't seem like to what we know right now. Xbox One is. If they get that, and to your point, if you've got a bunch of free games you can play, it really doesn't matter how crappy they are. You're going to try them out because it's free.
You'll
Yeah,
you'll
right.
definitely try them, but again, will
Yeah.
there be
I mean,
any
as soon as
replay
they
games?
announce like Team Fortress 2 or something like that, or like Left 4 Dead free-to-play edition,
Yeah.
it's gonna be kind of cool.
But see, I'm like in the super casual gamer area, and it's like the free to play games or just having like a couple mediocre games for free on a console isn't going to sell me on getting a
On
console.
buying a console,
Yeah,
exactly.
I was like,
Well,
so
that's a good thing just down the line to think that you're kind of secure.
But if
where
you think
it's-
about it, in the first year of the release, how many games can you possibly play on that platform? So that are designed for that. And if the answer on PS4 is double Xboxes because of the fact that they have the free to play options,
Yeah.
that makes a lot of people go, well, look. In the first year, I'll buy this platform because not only do I have, your Killzones or whatever the big launch games are going to be, but you have all this free stuff as well.
Right, you get the sheer number of
Yeah.
PS4. It looks like it's probably going to win.
And that matters. That matters every single time. It mattered on the last platform.
Well, you mentioned too that Sony's embracing pretty much everybody. It seems like Microsoft's just kind of embracing football.
Yeah,
But that's because we
TV.
haven't. Well, that's just me being the angry internet child. Because they're saving all the games, obviously, for E3. I hope so. And to Bruce's point, like you've been making over and over, they might be able to just blow it out of the water because they have
hoping.
nothing but gaming, where Sony has already kind of blown half their wad.
Yeah. I'm just being optimistic. And actually, Rob, now that we have you here, we actually, I wanted to know, who do you think is going to win the show this year at E3? We lied on the show and said it was going to be EA. We were kidding.
Fibbed.
We said
Fibbed.
you would say that.
We could be right.
But who do you think will really win? In terms of press conferences, like Microsoft, Sony.
In terms of press conferences, I expect Microsoft to win.
Oh wow, okay,
Really?
all right, yeah.
Because they are going to show games. And they've made this big play that everything's about
Yep.
the games. Well, they've got to bring it, but if they show Halo 5, if they show Quantum Breaks and things of that ilk that people just look cool,
Right.
they can win. I don't know. You said about the PS4, already blowing their wad on stuff. I don't know that that's the case.
You think they've
You-
got more up their
I
sleeve?
think-
said
I would
that.
hope that they have
Yeah.
more up their sleeve. If,
No,
that,
they have
if like
nothing
that
more
said it,
than-
they have nothing to show at E3.
They got
That's-
nothing more than knack. That's all.
and
knack.
the drumming puppeteering thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an hour of knack. That's what we're getting. It's gonna be a lot of
Holy
fun.
crap.
Boy, I hope
That's
not.
No, well, yeah, it's Sony. They have a lot of like whatever Naughty Dog. If hopefully Naughty Dog announces something there, it obviously will hopefully blow us all away. Because I don't know, they have to be working on something other than
They must be, right?
yeah. I mean, Last
Yeah.
of Us is out, yes, but
They have two
They have two
teams.
teams, yeah, and Naughty Dog's kind of their front runner, and
Yep.
Sony Santa Monica, maybe, hopefully,
So they're going to close out with Nathan Drake just standing in another tropical location,
maybe. I don't know.
Possibly.
or is that series just done?
No, it's definitely not done. No, that's
But if they, at the press conference, come the end, they say, here's everything that we've shown you, and now for our piece de resistance, next Uncharted, everybody's going to go nuts.
Yeah, no, I have a feeling that that's going to
I
happen.
was gonna say you put Watch Dogs and that on a PS4, and I'm looking at it a little bit with a wet mouth.
Yeah, no, I know. Totally. That's kind of gross.
I'm trying to think of what else, other games.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I mean,
you saw-
Destiny, finally we get to see some gameplay.
Yes.
That's kind of a huge deal.
Yeah.
The next Halo.
Ah,
I don't mean Halo 5. I mean
Right
Destiny's
now, though,
the next Halo.
doesn't it need to be fucking brilliant? I mean, whatever they show of Destiny, doesn't it have to be amazing?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
we've had this setup, we know who it is, you know, we've had all those things, but they better bring it. I mean, this better be the best game you've ever seen.
I have a feeling it's going
Otherwise-
to be like Halo and then Kerbal Space Program, and you have to like fly to the moon.
Cool.
Yeah, I know.
That's
really,
it.
I'm really into that. I don't know. You know, you're right, because they've been doing nothing but teasing press of
Right.
like, this has to be the best thing in the world. Because look at all this concept art, right? And like we've seen a little bit of gameplay, and
Well, the gameplay
yeah.
that we saw isn't really gameplay. I mean, it's
it's
just
just walking around.
somebody walking around one of the environments that they had.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
But
that's
that
not
trailer, they're on
great.
the moon, and that was cool. It wasn't real, but the moon looked good.
I mean, we all hope, but what happens if it's not awesome?
I'm already saying that it's not going to be something amazing. I
mean, this
literally
is a-
think it's just Halo reskinned. Like
is a
they
10-year
know how to
deal.
do
Yeah,
that.
it's 10 years. I mean,
This
like,
is a 10-year all-in deal for
Right.
Activision. And Bungie, to be honest. I mean,
Well, no, and then what does Bungie have? I mean, I'll play devil's advocate here. I believe in it. I think it's going to do well just because it's Bungie. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, what have you done that is similar to this for the last 10 years? Oh, you've done Halo.
ODST.
What have you done to prove that you can do a persistent world in this type of environment? It's like, yeah, trust me, you're a very talented team. You probably hired a lot of great people to do this. But I haven't seen anything else from you besides Oni, Myth, and Halo.
yeah.
But I believe in you.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for you
you
because
get Marathon.
Oh, yeah, Marathon, yeah. That's right. I forgot about
I'm
Marathon.
sorry, the
For those
fourth
Mac
game
gamers out
franchise
there,
they worked
yeah.
on.
Well,
Well,
so-
you want to talk about tanks on Mac? That's fine. We can
Okay.
talk about that one too.
So of the other games that you saw, because you saw, again, a bunch of the pre-E3 games, like, were there anything else that kind of stood out to you, like Arkham Origins or...
Yeah, Batman's kick-ass. It's
Yeah.
really good. It's going to be really weird if they're showing the game there, and then they announce the next one that Rocksteady's doing, if that's what they're doing.
That's right.
Because-
Silver Age, right?
I don't know.
Silver Age
Kevin
Batman?
Conroy let it slip when he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm in the next Batman," and it was like, "Wrong one, dude. Sorry." And he's like, "Oh shit." I mean, I'm not in Batman.
Batman.
Troy Baker's the Joker. Bye. It's just like, have fun. No, that game was it's the same assets and everything else. The detective mode is really cool. I'm kind of excited for people to see that live. I assume it's going to be the same demo that we saw. But yeah, Batman's kind of a dick. He's younger, more brash. He just fucking jumps headfirst out of the bat plane and just like punches a dude. It's just like
awesome.
he's got a bunch of scruff on his
Scruff,
face.
yeah.
Yeah, and
It
he
looks
just
like us.
threw a dude off of a building into a tree. He's just
Oh, I thought that was Freedom Force.
same game.
Yeah.
But it Origins. I'm trying to think what else we even.
Yeah, so was there anything else you saw that stood out? I mean, what
Brett, I know, is super stoked about Thief.
Oh, that's right. We saw Thief too. We got to see
Yeah,
Thief
GDC.
You guys saw a demo of it?
back at GDC.
Yeah, it's really cool. Oh yeah, no one has seen gameplay yet.
No,
right?
it was like everyone.
Oh, okay.
The ones who saw it said it kind of looked like Dishonored.
Dishonored. If it's like Dishonored with
See,
Dark Souls.
But Dishonored is the game that came out of Thief.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, of
Right.
course.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah,
Obviously.
what
See,
came,
it's
what came
like-
first was
I
Thief.
remember when Thief first came out.
Yeah.
It was like,
And
but
then that team
everyone
left and
who's
did
younger than
Dishonored.
me has no idea what that is.
Right,
Right.
right, and people will say, "Oh my god, it looks like Dishonored," but
Yeah.
no, it looks like Thief in next gen.
It's a much more like what's the right word? Like practical. There's
Yeah.
no magic in
Yep.
the game really, other than like his mechanical eye. I guess.
To me, it was so close to actual real life. Like if you were actually a thief and an assassin that had to sneak around, because it was impossible. The stuff that they showed us was impossible, and they were walking around. You could only take on possibly one guy, maybe two guys at a time. After that, you were fucked. That was all you.
You're
that
probably the
was all you had.
skinniest protagonist in a game that I've ever seen.
Yes,
Like he was
yeah.
a very fragile dude.
Yeah.
But he was cool. It was
Yeah.
very awesome. And like even the quick time events were cool.
No, they were really cool.
They're really well done. So man, Elder Scrolls Online is another one. We're
What'd you
getting a
think of
demo of that. I'm indifferent. It's an MMO.
Sure.
It's really got a. Apparently, it plays like the modern Elder Scrolls games. So
I think it's really interesting actually because it doesn't break MMO traditions, but it does feel different. I mean, it does feel more like you're playing a single player game, like you're playing a single player Elder Scrolls game. And there's a ton of people that want to do that, and then you can also just get together and do other stuff. I mean,
my question for you guys: Star Wars. Do you think EA is gonna
Revive.
mention anything?
Yes.
Yes.
You think they're gonna announce like just plans? Just hey, they already built out a studio.
Right.
I was going to say they have to just announce what they will work on because it's too early for them. I don't think they're going to just pick up like 1313 where they left off.
No, not at all. They would
1313 is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would scrap it and redo it completely. But do you think they're going to just go up there and go, like, seriously, the press conference could go out there and just go, Battlefront 3, flip off the camera and walk away.
I know.
Like,
All they need to do is play the music. We're making the games. Done.
yeah.
They gotta show
And
something,
I
all right?
predict they're just
Look,
going to show
there's
a
nothing to
logo.
show.
Yeah.
Logo of a Star Wars
Yeah.
game.
What
done.
could they do more than just a Photoshop image of Battlefield 4 with like a stormtrooper helmet on top of a character?
Yeah.
Like, concept render.
I know.
Like, you can get away with that. But,
Fox.
that's, I don't know. This is their time, right? This is where EA has to
They
announce
have to.
something.
Yeah. And they don't need to do much. They don't need to do much to get us all excited about what's going to happen with the next Star
I know
Wars
you
game.
picked EA as winning E3, Rob, earlier today. But are you afraid they're just going to, show a lot of FIFA
Sports.
and a lot of football and a lot of Madden and like
What
look
they're
at
gonna-
the new turning mechanism?
Yeah,
What
you're
they're going to
excited
show
about
is a
FIFA.
lot of Battlefield.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Really? More?
Okay. Oh, yeah, Battlefield 4 multiplayer.
Battlefield 4 multiplayer.
Yeah, we haven't seen multiplayer yet.
There is going to be a ton of that. And, from what everybody expects from Battlefield, that should be awesome.
Right.
That's going to be their white horse that they're going to ride through
Yeah,
E3 on.
that's going to be the centerpiece, I think, of their entire...
That just
White
gives you a
horse.
good
White
image.
horse.
I just why is EA on top of a white horse? Why not? I have no freaking clue. And then what about the other Microsoft games? The 8 unannounced,
Right.
all Halo.
Well, how many unannounced ones were on that leak, the Twitter leak?
That leak is fake.
Yeah, that's a tough one because, some things made no sense, some things made perfect sense, so it made, collectively, it was just unclear. I mean, they are going to have 8 games that they're going I'm doing appointments to go see, and I don't know what the name of any of them is.
Well, I think we're all forgetting about Kinect. Like,
I'm not.
That's what we're gonna see. We're gonna see a bunch of Kinect games.
All 8
Like
Kinect
we I think it's been confirmed now that Rise, that game Rise,
Right.
RYSE, is confirmed for Kinect 2.0, and that'll be on the next gen Xbox. And that looked okay, I guess.
That's Crytek. They've
Yeah.
done okay stuff.
I mean, like, it looked all right. It was sort of like a Chivalry, but with Kinect.
But the trailer, that wasn't gameplay, right? That was just concept render.
Possibly.
I think, yeah. I mean, like, it came out so long ago that at this point we're
yeah.
not sure. But
Yeah,
I mean,
is
like,
it going to be a bunch of fitness games? Is that like
Right.
Just Dance
Yeah.
26.
There are going to be a bunch of fitness games there,
Yeah.
which, I have a sort of soft spot appreciation for, just because, that's a good thing to get, kids off their asses and
Right.
that
No
kind of stuff.
child's playing
Well,
that. Those are all the 30-year-olds' wives playing it.
But
Here,
people
honey,
who-
I got you this. You're fat.
It's
Play
people
it.
who already own yoga mats.
But,
Let's
but
be
you think,
honest.
how popular, the Just Dance Central games are.
Sure.
I mean, those are huge, not just because they're, fun games to play if you're into that, but because they're fitness things. And the whole fitness thing is a real huge area of growth, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can't. I want to get behind it spiritually.
But
Even
at
if
a show
I-
like E3, you just want to see the cool.
yeah, you want to see the badass
games.
games, the triple A's.
I don't want to think how much I have to flail my arms,
But
no
the
matter
way
how
that they
good the
might
tracking
take
is.
the issue there is the way that they might take advantage of the technology, because the technology in Kinect on Xbox One is way advanced on current Kinect,
Right.
And so those things like understanding how much weight is on one leg and all those kind of things, that can work into a bunch of different game kind of ideas beyond just the straight
Can it
fitness
really
type stuff.
track your eyes?
Yeah.
It can track your eyeballs?
Well, it can track. I don't know. It tracks your eyes. It tracks your face movement. So if you're, watching a movie and you turn your head,
Right.
then it can pause because it knows you're not looking.
I know Kinect 1 could track your eyes. I saw it happen at Microsoft. I saw them experimenting with it. I saw
Really?
them.
They did that?
They
Yeah.
could track everything. It was one of those
'Cause
things
I saw
they'd
the face
improved-
thing. I didn't know
They'd
that.
improved on the software, and it wasn't
Just
perfect.
Just
but-
a thought, like something that could be like a fun gameplay thing. Like, I don't know. Like, there's a fun thing. Let's just say, throwing this one theoretically, they redo GoldenEye. They have GoldenEye HD Rare remake comes out, and they punish you for screen looking.
Oh yeah,
That would be kind of cool.
like you're looking over. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So, because just naturally, and it's like, and you like lose health. You're, oh fuck! And
yeah,
like,
that would be really cool.
if they could do stuff like that, I'm all for the Kinect. But
That's
if
a brilliant idea.
but if everything is just stretch and dance.
Yeah.
It's like, please kill me.
No, it's gonna get better. It will get better. Like I
I
said,
hope so.
when I was at Microsoft and I saw them experimenting with Kinect, like just in R&D labs and stuff like that, it was head and shoulders above what I'd seen with the dancing and the fitness and all that other garbage. So it was like one of those things where I was like, finally, this is what it's meant to do. You know, that was that.
What would be great is if they open it up as well in the way that Connect One originally was, started opening up to other developers to just have fun with this. Like let's find out what you can do with this technology.
Well, that's what they're missing. They don't have an app store.
Yeah.
I've been saying that. I'm not a huge fan of apps and iPhone apps and all these other, but they're easy. They're $1. You put them out for the developers. When they did the dev kit, they did the SDK. I thought that's what they were going to open it up to. And it's a huge missed opportunity. If they don't do it on the One, it's just like, it's why even try?
Yeah.
There needs to be just $1 games of just like one-off bullshit that anybody can make.
Like Fruit Ninja.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
Yeah, they just need those little tiny games and something that replicates what Apple does. Since
But that
Microsoft
makes me
wants to be
think
on so
of
much.
the Xbox Live Arcade, where it was just full of games that were super cheap and not phenomenal.
Well, that's how every app store is.
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying is they need to be like that on the
See,
Kinect.
if it's $1, that's why you don't need reviews, you don't need
Right.
coverage, you don't need marketing. It's just up there, and whatever is good will rise to the top, and you just sort of throw it out and you try ideas.
Yeah. It's just the one thing Apple did that Microsoft didn't, which is really opposite, where they opened it up and said, you know what, we don't know what we're doing. You guys do.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Yeah.
And you set the prices. You do what you want. If they don't do that with the Kinect 2.0, the Kinect's just kind of pointless,
Yeah.
really. I mean, ultimately it is, but
No, yeah, I agree.
Can I just say I'm disappointed that Grand Theft Auto is not going to be at E3?
Why? Why would you ever expect any Rockstar game to be
I know,
Yeah, they don't.
I know, but still.
Rob,
I could
Rob's
cry
been
that
doing
it's
this for
not
20
there.
years, and he's just like...
That's why he's just smiling at me. He's just smugly looking at me, just going.
Yeah, there's a certain smug smile just because I'm talking to them today,
You son of a.
right before I came in here, because they have their own agenda.
They're called Rockstar for a reason.
Yep.
They are that.
Yeah.
I don't,
They're living up to their name.
You're like those kids from last year who are like, hey, GTA could come out this year. It's like, no, it's not. Right.
But it could.
No, it would never come out in 2012. That's impossible. But what if it did? No!
I could wet myself over that game.
No, of course. I think it's going to be a good game. And the thing markets itself.
Yeah.
They don't
Pretty
do it.
much.
They-
Although I did, I saw in San Francisco Rockstar stickers on 2 blocks worth of parking meters.
oh. Just because.
I have no idea. I don't know if it was. Because it wasn't GTA 5, it was Rockstar.
Did they know you were going to walk down that street at that time?
I have
They just,
no
Rob Smith's coming. Put these on.
Well, that wouldn't be the weirdest
Really?
Tchotchke opportunity. Well, this sort of event thing. Yeah.
Should we wrap this up? With what? Final thoughts? Three.
I'm-
What do you want?
GTA? Oh,
You're not going to get it.
You're not getting GTA, John. Shut up.
Bruce, what do you want? Final. What do you want from E3?
I want.
Since everyone's
Well, here's what I want, and I'm not going to get it. Is I want Halo 5 gameplay from Xbox One. That's what I want, but we're not going to get it. It's gonna
Right,
be.
right.
It'll be a Halo 5 trailer. That's
Yeah.
that's what I want.
most likely.
Yeah.
Rob?
I agree. I want Halo. I want games to be awesome on the new system and take advantage of them in whatever ways that, because they look good anyway.
Right.
Now, what do you do next?
Yeah.
And maybe it is Kinect. Maybe it's the use of that in original ways that will say, these are games that are nothing like you could do on the current generation,
Right.
rather than just looking better.
Right. Prices.
Oh yeah.
I know we're not going to
We're
get
not gonna
it,
get
but I
them,
want
but-
Yeah, you're not going to get it.
something, anything. For the love of God, please.
I honestly just want a good demo of what the systems can do. Like I remember when the PlayStation 2 came out and they showed like just a comparison of how it had advanced from the PlayStation 1. And even though we know the specs, I love the tech demos to the point that I just want to see how crazy these games can get. I want to see something new.
Yeah. Just like when they did, like, anytime they do the Unreal demos.
the Unreal
they're like,
demos.
I
look-
could stare at those forever.
Yeah, like,
Show
look-
me the real water physics in a working
Yeah,
game.
like 128 Marios on a platform,
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff is fun. But no,
Cool.
I'm
So
excited.
we'll wait and see. I think we're taking next week off.
Yeah.
I think we're just going to be too busy with E3, but we'll have a really good wrap up probably the week following.
Yeah, for anyone interested, we're going to be live streaming all next week. Tuesday through Thursday, 24 hours a day.
Yep.
At machinimalive.com is the easiest way to find it. I think
Xbox app is going to have it.
Yeah, so if you actually want to watch E3
right.
on your television of us live streaming it, that 24-hour stream will be on your Xbox and any other way you can access YouTube. Like I said, any rectangle you own, you should be able to watch us on it, and you should be good to go. But yeah, if you miss any of the live gameplay, we should be re-airing it.
Stop touching me.
Oh, it's so nice. Oh, you're hairy. Off track. And then any VOD stuff, any like the top tier stuff of that exclusive gameplay, whatever we're getting.
yeah.
Yes, like we're getting Destiny and COD first, I believe Tuesday. We're the first one.
first two demos on Tuesday.
So
we
you'll be able to
kick off
find
the
it.
show with Ghosts, and we follow it up with Destiny. So that's your first chance to see the gameplay that they're allegedly bringing.
So
Yeah.
great.
So,
And,
but yeah, if you missed the stream, we'll have it in other ways for you to see.
Do we have something coming up this Sunday?
Do we? Yeah. There's a live Call of Duty gameplay. What is it?
Call of Duty Ghost.
Call of Duty Ghosts.
Well, it's like 2-minute
This-
chunks.
This podcast may have already aired by the time that happens. So just let
Wait,
me
what do you
know.
mean?
Might have missed out. We'll
Yeah.
worry about that later. All
Yeah.
right, so you missed it.
Blah, blah.
E3 next week. All
Yeah.
that fun stuff.
It's gonna be a lot of work.
It is going to be the biggest in a long time.
10
you know.
years.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I said
right.
last
This
10 years.
really will be the biggest E3.
Yes.
The-
Two consoles.
This year
Wow.
will be the biggest E3 probably ever, because there won't be an E3 10 years from now in the same format. This is the one to watch.
Good point.
I've only just now realized that I've been filming a talking microphone this entire time.
What?
My
Oh.
footage of
Oh yeah,
stuff.
no. This was a horrible idea.
This was great.
This is really
Well,
bad.
I'm holding it up because I've got the I've had the bar in the way for most of the
Yeah.
time.
You're mostly just everyone's had their hand in front of their
And
face for me.
so, yeah.
This was dumb.
So
We'll see.
sorry you can't find us on iTunes, but
yeah, we'll work on that. Hopefully
see you later.
during E3 we'll be back up and all that jazz. So, Rob, thank you for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thanks,
hopefully
Rob.
we'll get you on after E3 as well if you're still in
Anytime.
town
Yeah.
and not in London or wherever you live.
San Francisco.
Sydney.
He lives in San
Sydney.
Francisco.
Sydney, sorry guys.
God,
Yeah.
where are you
Australian.
from?
Oh my
in
God.
Brisbane.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Bye.
All right.